Hey, welcome back to Jaztime. Jaztime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We'd greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at Jaztime.com. Today is kind of an interesting comparison. It's between two day-date 40s from Rolex, one entirely in white gold, as you can see also with the white gold fluted bezel. On the left we have the 228239 with a silver motif dial, Roman numeral hour marks, and we also have the 228206 in platinum with an ice blue dial index hour marks and a smooth bezel. All right, and so what sets these two apart? Because there's a lot of similarities here. They both have the present bracelets, the three-piece links across, satin brush finishing on the outside, high polish down the center, as you can see on both of these. We also have, all right, actually let me hold them next to each other. All right, so one is white gold, the other one is platinum. Left we have white gold, right we have platinum. The overall look is essentially the same, although the white gold does feel a bit warmer, and that's due to the inherent nature of gold being a warm color, yellow literally, with other elements added to make it a little bit more solid, more refined in that sense. Okay, now similarities again. We have sunray finished on these dials here, and they're also kind of special dials. Okay, so looking at the silver motif dial here on the left, let me zoom in a bit here so you can see it. All right, we have sort of like those quadrants by which the sunray patterning sort of manifests on this dial. It's very, very unique, very interesting, and I quite like it. I very much like this overall look, this silver motif dial, and that's due to how all the sort of like the finishing is done on here, because you have horizontal lines on like this top right and the bottom left quadrants, and when you have vertical lines on this top left and bottom right quadrants. So all of those working together makes this a very appealing, very unique sort of watch when you look very closely at the face, and sort of a very refined look overall. Okay. Now, looking at this bezel also, we have a white gold bezel, the fluted bezel, and you know that it's certainly a precious metal. In this case, white gold, because, well, they only make fluted bezels in white gold. All right. Now, keep in mind all of that while we also look at this platinum dial. Okay, we have a diagonal motif here, where Rolex sort of gives us the look of this dial while looking at it, because they call it the diagonal motif, so you immediately see diagonal lines, diagonal squares making up those lines. Very gestalt. I have a more in-depth video on this on our channel and also on our website, Jaztime.com. You can just go and see that there. I'm not going to go too deep into technical details. All right, now this watch only comes with the, well, okay, if you're going to get this dial, you can only get it with this smooth bezel as well as platinum, because ice blue is only offered on their platinum models. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Now, looking at both of these, they're both day dates. They're both 40 millimeters in diameter from finger to thumb, as you can see here. Same exact size, finger to thumb as well. All right, so you're not really sacrificing much in terms of the overall form. The only difference when it comes to the form would be the fluted bezel and the smooth bezel when compared side by side. But that's a very small point here, because a lot of people will be looking at the dials, and the dials is sort of what makes these special. You even have the movements. I'll just touch on those real quick. It's a 3255 made in-house by Rolex. There's a lot going on with these movements. We have more in-depth videos on the movements for both of these watches. It's exactly the same for both of them on our website. All right, and we also, all I'll touch on there is that they're approximately a 70-hour power reserve. So that means you can set these both down and pick them up for about 3 days later, a little bit less than 3 days later, and they'll still be functioning just fine. No need to wind them. All right, they also have bidirectional self-winding via a perpetual rotor, so you can basically just wear it once or wind it once and then just wear it, and all of that will just keep them fully wound. Okay, so looking at the catalog for both of these, again, I said that the ice blue motif, the ice blue type of dial in general, is only available on platinum watches. This motif dial only on the smooth bezel with a platinum body, okay? And while that's true, we also have the silver motif. The silver motif is actually available on a wide range of bodies, white gold. We also have the fluid bezel, smooth bezel, diamond bezel. We also have the, index hour marks as well as the diamond baguette hour marks. The ice blue motif also does allow for the Roman numeral and the diamond baguette hour marks, but those are the only variations. The silver motif has far more variations. Now, what sort of feeling do you get when you look at these watches? One, I feel a little bit more of a refined feel with the silver motif on the left here. It has the Roman numeral hour mark, so you have sort of that, it's a sort of modern take on the Art Deco sort of look. All right, as you can see, let me zoom in on these Roman numerals here. You'll note that, they're very clean. There are no serifs on these Roman numerals, and also the Roman numerals are only applied to the even numbers. So definitely a modern take because it gives it so much room, so much breathing space, so much white space in the design world, where each element is given their own unique form as well as correct spacing around them to give them that emphasis that they all require. Whereas when we have the index hour marks, they're all equally spaced, again, just fully modern here, but the advantage of having the index hour marks, now this is specifically between these two dials here, the index hour marks do give you that added benefit of chroma light, so you can actually see it in the dark, okay? As you can see right there, you can easily read it in the dark, so no issue there. It's more applicable to certain situations, and certainly you can get the silver motif with the index hour marks. That's an option for you, so not exactly the biggest point of contention here, but when we're comparing these two specific models, the ice blue does win out in that aspect, right? And the crown functions exactly the same. I'm not going to go over them because we go over them on both of the videos for each of these watches. Now, here's a huge point here, and I really want to emphasize this. The ice blue only comes on platinum. Again, only on platinum. And that means you're going to get a hefty watch. When it comes to the weight, it's a chunker. You will feel it, and for some people, if a 40mm watch is a bit big for you, the weight is also going to be big for you. I guarantee it. Whereas when you have a white gold, much lighter actually. It's significantly lighter. I can wear this all day. Whereas the platinum, I feel like I have a weight on my wrist, like I'm weightlifting all day. But when it comes to the appearance of both of these, keeping that in mind, looking at the overall appearance of these watches, they could sort of camouflage themselves as steel watches, and especially with the smooth bezel, it usually appears as a steel bezel within the rest of Rolex's catalog. So it's anyone who sort of knows Rolex's catalog will actually assume that this is probably a steel watch. But if they happen to know that the ice blue only comes on platinum, then they'll know. But this is a very, very small population. Very few people comparatively really know Rolex's catalog through and through. And knowing that tiny detail is just enough for people to understand, that this is certainly a platinum watch. But to the everyday person, you see this, you think, okay, nice steel watch, cool. So that's a good added benefit of actually both of these watches. When it comes to the silver motif dial, this one again has a more refined look. It's a more neutral color. There's hardly any warmth or coolness when you compare it to the ice blue. The ice blue, even by name, is much cooler in the sort of temperature range that I'm speaking of. So you have a sort of like a more modern feel with these diagonal motif patterns as well. All right, whereas the silver motif kind of has a little bit more retro, not entirely antiquated, but still a modern take on the sort of Art Deco feel, as you can see here, and as I have mentioned as well. Okay, so when you're taking a look at both of these watches, well, that's all I have to give you. So yeah, be sure to leave a like down below, as it really helps us out. Be sure to comment if you'd like to, which one you think you would choose, which one you think is better. If you can't make a decision, just buy them both. You have them both at your disposal. You can wear one for, special occasions and the other for daily wear. You have the options here, and certainly with the silver motif, you have far more options. You can get the domed bezel as well. You can also get a diamond bezel if you want to go super hard on it. Whereas on the ice blue, you're kind of stuck with this configuration, but not that that's a bad thing, because honestly, who can say no to ice blue? All right. And anyway, if you'd like to purchase either of these, or even both of them, they're both for sale on our website, jaztime.com. Link is in the description below. One tiny detail I forgot to mention about these two watches. When it comes to the availability, the silver motif does actually, come with a lot more variety. You have a lot more choices with it, and therefore, as also being white gold, it is also more available in general when compared to the ice blue motif in platinum. Platinum is a bit rarer in that, there are fewer models made, especially with this ice blue motif. And so when it comes to price, as of the making of this video in early 2021, the silver motif goes for about the $30K range, whereas the ice blue motif in platinum goes for about the $60K range. So the platinum here in my right hand is actually about close to twice the value. Actually, yeah, close to double the value of that of the silver in my left hand. All right, so keep that in mind when you're shopping around, and certainly look at our website, jaztime.com, where we actually have the lowest possible price for these watches. All right, and should the price go up in the future, or or even just shoot up, in the near future, well, you might want to get in your time machine and come back to now, because right now is probably the best time to actually pick these up, because the price of gold as well as the price of platinum are actually going up just considerably during the last half of last year as well as the very beginning of this year. So keep that in mind when you're shopping around. Well, actually, no need to shop around. Just click the link in the description below to see our website, jaztime.com. All right, thank you. And we'll see you in the next one, for real this time.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jaztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jaztime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.